Okay, I want to welcome back our returning viewers and thank all the new ones for checking in. This interview is part of a series for athletes graduating in the class of 2024 to help coaches get to know them and to help in the recruiting process. If you're interested in our guests' athletic accomplishments, check the link under the video for all of their amazing performances and races that they've won and other honors. We're here to learn about the person, not so much about the athlete. Today, we have Grace Wong from Killarney Secondary School in Vancouver, British Columbia. Yes, that's in Canada. We are branching, out of the U.S. states and trying to help some of the Canadian athletes with their college process as well. Grace, I want to thank you for joining us today. And how's everything going?
Pretty good. Thanks for having me.
Great. So let's go ahead, dive right into the questions and have a little fun. So outside of track, what are some hobbies that you have and things that you like to do to relax?
Outside of track, I really like doing arts and crafts just as a creative outlet for me. I like making jewelry. I learned how to crochet recently, and I like doing origami, stuff like that.
Cool. You wouldn't happen to have any of that right there on your desk, would you? Anything that you've made? If like there's something really close, you want to go grab it, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll get something.
Okay.
So yeah, last night I was flying back from Legion Nationals, and on the plane I made little top.
Wow. That is really impressive. I wasn't expecting to see like a whole entire piece of clothing. That's pretty cool. Yeah. And that's some serious talent.
Yeah.
Wow, I don't even have words for that. I'm really impressed.
Yeah, thank you.
So what potential majors are you interested in studying when you go to college?
I'm really looking into social sciences. This past year, I took a psychology course and it really interested me, and I want to dive deeper into it.
And what interested you about psychology? Because that's a really wide open field. You can go anywhere with that.
Yeah, that's kind of what interested me a lot, how the career options are really broad. I can kind of go anywhere with it.
And that psychology class that you took, is that something that you use when you're racing against your competitors or for yourself?
Not really. I never really thought of it that way.
Just something to throw out there. Some of the things that they talk about in sports psychology with mental imagery and planning your race out can be really valuable tools that, will help you out as an athlete and then also as a person too.
Yeah, definitely.
So when you're training and racing, do you like to be in the lead, the middle of the pack, or the back of the pack, and why?
It really depends. With training, I have one teammate right now, and we're not really in the same pace range. So I'm really just like on my own. So there, I'm just by myself. So I just try to stay true to my pace, and if I'm feeling good, I push the pace a bit. That's about it for training. And then for racing, it's kind of the same with training. I just try and stay true to my pace and have my own race. If I'm seated near the top, I usually try and stay with the lead pack or maybe even lead.
So it depends more of, as far as the positioning depends more of, who's there in the race with you, but you're going to do your own thing, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Those are all good things. What accomplishment outside of track are you most proud of? So this, at this point in your life.
Honestly, it probably just passing my road test.
Well,
that seems like a
that is a major like sort of coming of age moment for teenagers, and kind of bridges that gap between childhood and adulthood, and having a little bit of freedom. And it's scary. I mean, I remember taking it. It was a long, long time ago, many, many, many years ago for me. But it's there's a lot of anxiety that goes along with that, and then some of the things that you learn in training and racing, you can utilize those things when you're putting yourself under those kind of tests.
Yeah, definitely.
What part of the road test was the hardest part for you?
Honestly, going into it, I was really nervous about parking. And in the road test, I didn't actually park properly. I asked if I could do it again, and they were like, oh, don't worry about it. And then I thought I failed because the location where I was going, people were saying, oh, if they tell you to drive straight in and not back and park, you failed. And then I drove straight in, and my dad was there, and he was really nervous too. He thought I failed. And then the guy told me pass, and I started like freaking out because I thought I failed, like just driving back there.
So what kind of parking was it? Because every state and country does a little bit different with their road tests and different laws that apply. And what kind of parking was it that you were concerned with?
Uh, Going into it, I was mostly concerned about the back end parking because the day before I couldn't do it, and then I was like not confident anymore
Mm-hmm.
going into it. But then during the test, I actually messed up the parallel parking, and then I asked if I could do it again, and then he's like, "No, it's okay," and then just kept going with it. But then just like I was still like stressing about it,
Mm-hmm.
but it's all okay in
Yeah.
the end.
Yeah, I remember that anxiety well. Parallel parking was my kryptonite. The only time I ever did it in all the training was the day of the test. Somehow I managed to get through with that. And what is your favorite vacation spot and why?
I don't travel a lot, but if I did, I think I would like to go somewhere away from the city since I'm so close to the city and I'm just like always there. I think it'd be really cool to just be away from the city, like maybe somewhere hot or tropical.
Like Hawaii, well, although not right now because that it's pretty sad what's happening there now. But
Yeah,
someplace like Hawaii or like the Caribbean or something like that.
yeah,
Very nice. And something I'm throwing this one in at a left field is, are you a Swiftie or not a Swiftie?
I'm a Swiftie.
Okay. Very nice. Is there anything else that you want to share about yourself, sort of unscripted, that you want coaches to know, other athletes to know about you? Um, just
Yeah,
sort of off the cuff.
I love being part of teams, the team aspect of track and field, and how, yeah, your personal performances matter, but they don't matter as much as the pooling of your efforts together. So just because you have a bad race, you still got to be there for your teammates and cheer them on because the way teams win is when we pull our efforts together and it's not just about us all the time.
Good, good, very nice. I like that. I wanted to thank you, Grace, for spending a little time with us today. That's it for this episode. Thanks to everyone else for joining us. Hit that subscribe button, leave some nice comments underneath, and have a great day.
Thank you for having me.